This reorganization work session, regular remote meeting, not remote, in-person meeting of the Township Council is called to order. Madam Clerk.
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this reorganization work session regular meeting of the Franklin Township Council was made by the posting on the bulletin board in the municipal building, posted on the Township's website, and electronically transmitted to the officially designated newspapers, indicating that this reorganization work session regular meeting would take place at the municipal complex, council chambers at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023.
We could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation by the Honorable Councilwoman Kimberly Francois. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
As we gather here today as members of the council, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community. Find always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Embarrasson, Councilwoman Francois.
Present.
Mayor Kramer.
Here.
Councilman Onijaka.
Here.
Councilmember Potosnik.
Present.
Councilwoman Pruitt. Here. Councilwoman Udine. Councilman Vasanella.
Here.
Councilman Wright.
We have no proclamations or commendations. We are now on item number 6. Copies of the agenda are available by the clerk. Next item is public discussion. Do I have a motion to open to public discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening for public discussion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carried. We're now open to the public. 5 minutes, no yielding of time. They only come up once. People may speak about anything to do with government. The reason why I've always asked for the public discussion to be early on at this meeting is so that people can talk about appointments we're going to make if they have any objections to what's been. But you can speak about anything you wish to. Wishing to speak, please.
Seeing no one coming up, Mayor, I'll motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
You have a second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Public portion is closed. On to item number 7, appointment of the deputy mayor. The tradition has it that the prior deputy mayor has first crack at nomination.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to nominate Ram Embarrasson to take over the helm as deputy.
We have a nomination for Ram Embarrasson. There's no requirement for a second, though people may second if they wish to honor him.
Second.
Okay, any other nominations for deputy mayor? Seeing none, we can do this by acclamation. All in favor of Ram Embarrasson for deputy mayor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried unanimously. Deputy Mayor Embarrasson. He is not here. We obviously will not administer the oath of office. We're on to appointments of attorneys and other professionals for one-term office.
I move Lou Ranone, Esquire, from Ranone, Coughlin, and Michello.
We have a motion for Lou Ranone for Township Attorney. Are there any other nominations? Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Next is litigation tax appeal attorney. Do we have a nomination? Are there any other nominations for the position? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
I have backup now. We have a nomination for bond counsel.
Mayor, I'd like to nominate Everett Johnson from the attorney firm Willis Attorneys at Law.
Do we have any other nominations for the position? Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
We're now to the Township Auditor. Do we have a nomination for Township Auditor?
Mayor, I would like to nominate firm Suppley, Clooney and Company.
Yes, and
Appointee Robert Swisher.
we have a nomination. Do we have any other nominations? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
We have nominations for Township Engineer. Yes, sir. Your mic on? Your mic on.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to put in nomination Mr. Robert Russo from CME Associates. I think that they do an outstanding job here in Franklin Township, and I think the residents ought to be glad to have someone like Mr. Russo. Thank you.
Any other nominations for Township Engineer? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
We have a nomination for Municipal Court Judge.
I move Sheila Ellington.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other nominations for that position? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
We have a nomination for Prosecutor.
Nominate Norman Albert.
And you have to name the firm as well.
I'm sorry, it's the law offices of Norman Albert, Norman W. Albert.
Are there any other nominations for Prosecutor? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
We have a nomination for Associate Prosecutor.
I nominate Mohammed S. Jallo from Jallo and Jallo's Attorney at Law.
Second.
Moved and seconded, or nominated and seconded. Any other nominations for that position? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
We have nominations for alternate prosecutor.
Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry. Did,
Mr. Vasanella?
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. Law offices, Shirag Mehta, attorney.
Okay, any other nominations for that position? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
And I would like to nominate Dennis Auciello of Dennis A. Auciello Esquire for the public defender. Anyone have any other nominations?
I second the nomination.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to throw my voice in for Mr. Arciello. I've known him for a while, and he's been an excellent, excellent prosecutor here in Franklin Township. So, I mean, a public defender. So I would like
The
to
other side.
throw my name in on that for the nomination. And again, he knew my father-in-law and him got together a couple of times, and I've seen him in action. So yes, definitely put him in for a public defender.
We have a first, second, and a third. Anyone else wish to nominate anyone else? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
And lastly, for this group of nominations, we have the PACO Affirmative Action Officer. Do we have a nomination?
I nominate Cindy Bellinger.
Are there any other nominations for this position? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
We are now on to item number 10, boards, committees, and commissions appointments. Resolution number 23001 through 23004 is listed in the not the consent agenda, in the agenda as presented to the Township Council for adoption. Do I have a motion on this appointment?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Okay. Made my script very wordy. Look at the regular agenda so I can know where we are. Okay. Oh, we're on to the mayoral appointments. So I'm going to appoint for the one-year position as the mayor's designee to the library board, Tiana Grissom. And for the five-year appointment for the trustee of the board, Iris Kinsland. I'm holding my planning board appointment for this at this. We are now on to council comments and reports. Get all that in one shot. Madam Clerk, I did a number of them in one shot,
Yes.
and that's appropriate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Making sure. On to item number 12, council comments and reports. We'll start with Mr. Wright.
First of all, I'd like to wish everyone a happy New Year. Because of the holidays, our committees have not met. So I'd just like to say Happy New Year.
Okay. Vasanella?
Okay, I was waiting for you to...
I was
I know,
looking
see if there's-
for Councilwoman Uden.
Besides, I thought, I'm going to just double down on Councilman Wright, and haven't had any meetings relevant to our committee work, and Happy New Year, and got a lot going on in 2023.
Okay, Councilmember Potasnik.
I think it's appropriate to say Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a restful holiday and were able to be with their family and loved ones. I think it's appropriate to remember, too, overseas there's a big conflict, and they didn't have as peaceful a holiday as we did, and we should keep our thoughts and prayers with those who are fighting for freedom in Ukraine, and the solidarity that our nation has shown with President Zelensky's visit just prior to the Christmas holiday. It was hard to read that in the newspaper, and so we carry that with us. And democracy is an active piece of what we're involved with, those of us who are here today, and it's hard. And I think, they're still voting in the House for leadership. It takes a lot, and we have a lot of blessings to count, and I'm very grateful. And I'm hopeful in the new year that we can have more paving in the township and catch up on some of our ill-repaired roads. And with that, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Onijaka.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just starting to inform everybody or bring the death of Mrs. Mabel Arinze. Mrs. Mabel Arinze was a committee member in Franklin. She worked diligently to move progress forward in Franklin. That just happened December 23, after a minor fall in our house. Yes, I want everybody to put the family in prayers. And our arrangement, our funeral arrangement, the family is still working on it. And I will make it public immediately they completed and send me the information. Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome. Councilwoman Pruitt.
Deputy Mayor.
Absolutely.
I'll keep it brief. Happy New Year, everyone, and all those we've lost this past year. So I think in 2023, there's a lot that we can look forward to. I know this year has had its challenges, but I think challenges are opportunities. And I hope in this calendar year, as we move forward, me specifically, because I'm going to speak to myself, can better articulate our dreams and our hopes and our vision for what this township is, what it means to be a Franklinite, what it means to be from Franklin, what it means to be a warrior. And I look forward to going on that journey, that quest, as it were, with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. For my comments, Happy New Year. I would like to point out and commend some heroic actions by two of our police officers, not that they all aren't heroic every day by just going out there, but those involved with the accident on JFK were amazing, and we're going to recognize them at the next council meeting. I also, as an announcement, I want to remind everyone, there are many people that are interested in the planning board hearing, which is tomorrow night. The planning board meeting will not be in this room. It's going to be at the Board of Ed building on Route 27, formerly known as the Consolata building. When you go in the driveway, it's the first building you come to. You kind of take a right to get into the parking lot when you get to the building. It will not be live streamed because that facility was chosen because it's larger, can seat more people. We're expecting a lot of people there, but it doesn't have the ability to live stream. But it will be videotaped and it will be shown on FDTV. That's all of my comments. Assemblyman Danielson. So I make a habit of when someone who outranks me is in the room, I give them an opportunity to speak.
Well, you've never referred to me as ever outranking you in anything, but I appreciate it. Mayor, Happy New Year. Former Mayor Francois, members of the council, Happy New Year to all of you and everybody in Franklin Township. It appears that Lou Renone has let his hair grow out a little bit, I see. I think there's only a small chance that the township manager is going to interrupt me during my few words, but he is looking wonderful tonight, may I say. You know, I don't envy your jobs. You all work so very hard to get here. You work very hard every day in your jobs. And you care about everyone, every parent, every child, every business, every visitor, every retiree, every senior citizen. And I know it's an emotional experience for all of you. Often you internalize it, and sometimes you act out upon me negatively, only joking. But I know that you all approach your job from the heart, and it shows. Because you did a great job last year, like all the years prior. I mean, you put up the youth center. What a wonderful generational asset to this town, the youth center. You rebuilt the skate park in Middlebush Park. You paved roads. You provided all these services while maintaining a stable tax rate. And looking after our seniors and our communities. Job well done. And I know you're going to do even more this year. I'll keep it short, Mayor. I'm getting the eyes. Listen, if I could ever be of any help, I'm here for you. As you know, I'm always at your service. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have our county surrogate, Tina Jallo, if you'd like to speak.
I'll make it short. I just wish everybody in Franklin Township a happy, healthy new year and prosperous years. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Yes, I blanked on your name. I'm sorry, Commissioner Drake. Commissioner Drake. Commissioners are what used to be known as freeholders, but no one knew what that meant either.
Thank you for inviting me. Thanks for the call. No, absolutely. I still call a freeholder too, so no worries. But no, certainly, Mayor and Council, I want to certainly wish you all a happy new year. Look forward to working with Township of Franklin on all the many projects that you're working on. Certainly, from the county's perspective, I know we work closely together, and we're going to continue to do so. Look forward to a happy 2023, and certainly we're help and provide whatever assistance we can from the.
Thank you for joining us, Commissioner. And now it would be the Township Manager's opportunity to speak. Sitting in as our acting Township Manager.
Oops, sorry. Good evening, everyone. I'm Corvella Mayweather. I am the Public Safety Director, serving as the acting Town Manager till Sunday. I'm not counting. I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone and looking forward to a great year in Franklin Township and in the Police Department. And I thank everyone for their support throughout 2022 and looking for a continued working relationship. We have great things to come in 2023. Thank you.
Shortest Township Manager report ever. I couldn't resist. We're on to item number 14, council discussion items, and that is one, to set a date for the town hall meeting on property assessment or property assessor, often referred to incorrectly as tax assessor, a term I typically will use. I had thought of the February 6th to be the night. It's a Monday, first Monday in February to have the town hall meeting. Does that coincide with what others think?
Mayor, the only question I have is, will everyone have their tax cards by then? I know that's not the complete focus of the meeting. Sorry about the microphone. But since that's part of that whole process, I know you want people to be able to understand and ask questions. That's part of the town hall. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Otherwise, I'm fine with it.
I don't know that it will be, but it's more about the process rather than individual. Someone has a question about their taxes from their tax card, they should speak with the tax assessor.
No, I didn't mean to come discuss personally. I mean to kind of see where, well, okay. Look, I'm fine with whatever date. I just want to make sure.
Okay. Any other comments? Yes, sir. Yep.
In my opinion, we put someone on the zoning board, I believe, that I would not vote for.
Mr. Wright, this is a council discussion on property assessment.
Go right ahead. Next, I'll sit here and wait.
Any other comments? Anyone, unless anyone has any objections, we will use February 6th as the date for the town hall meeting on property assessment. If you could pass that on to Mr. Vornlocker, that would be great. And let's make sure we have a timer at that meeting.
Mr. Mayor, did you plan on broadcasting it just so we can let people know if we are or we aren't?
We are. Oh, okay.
Good.
So thank you, it's a good point. In my mind, it was clear, but you're right, I didn't spell it out. On February 6th at 7 o'clock, right here, we will have a town hall meeting, and we will have the township property assessor, the person who assesses your property, which is part of what goes to figure how much taxes you will pay. We'll give a presentation on how that is performed. And that is the second in our series of town hall meetings. Next item is item number 15, approval of the minutes.
Whoa. Council discussion items, you just blew right by it.
So there is a scheduled council discussion item. That's not a time for people to just discuss.
Well, wait a minute, that's a council discussion item, and we want to have a council discussion item. There's no one else, there's no other place on this agenda for that. Now, usually we do not have council discussion items. We just go right past them as a norm. Tonight, I don't think so.
The norm is that we put council discussion items, that someone schedules an item to be discussed.
Excuse me?
The norm is that we plan a council discussion item for a particular item that requires council discussion in order to make a decision.
Well, I have something on here that I didn't see to hold up any other nominations, so council discussion is the only place I'm going to do it. Now, if you're saying that you want to squash something when another council member just has to say something and didn't want to hold up anything else, you're going to sit down there and say, okay, listen, we got to get around this as real quick as possible. Otherwise, Mr. Wright's got something to say that I don't want to hear.
So, Mr. Wright, I am not squashing anything.
Then what are you doing?
Had let me finish.
No,
Let me finish. You had the opportunity to speak
No,
during the
I
nomination.
didn't want to stop anybody,
You had
so
the
I held on to
speak
it.
during
Now,
council minutes.
no, because I'll blow this thing up this meeting, next meeting, and every damn meeting we have after this.
Well, that's
So
your comment.
either you let me say it now, or it's going to get real ugly real fast.
Okay, you're out of order, but go ahead.
No. You can bang that gavel all you want.
Not gonna- I'm
Now,
not
this
gonna-
is what I'm saying right here. We put on someone on the zoning board who I wouldn't have voted for. And I wouldn't hold up any other candidates for any other position by no reason because they deserve to be there. But when we put somebody on for a one-issue write-off, warehouses, then I believe we should put people on there, on any committee, from the zoning board down to open space, that only has one little pet problem or peeve or want, that we should just put them on there and say, the hell with it. Now, she might be a beautiful individual. Of course she is. But how long has she been in town? She said her only thing was stop warehouses. Now, we're going to put him on a zoning board? Now, everybody that goes on that zoning board has a thought process to do things as a whole to make sure things come out properly. They're not here to knock somebody down. They're not here to put somebody up. No. If it fits Franklin Township, put it there. Now, I'm not advocating warehouses. Don't get me wrong. I am advocating that if we're going to do this candidate, which is already done, then where do we end up? We're a governing body here in Franklin Township. We're here to make decisions for the town, not one person. And that's what we just done. So I just want to make sure everybody out there in TV land understands what we did. What we just did. So, gotta put my glasses off so I can make sure I can see. I don't like it. Some people say, Carl, don't air our dirty laundry in public. Well, shit, I don't care about dirty laundry. I care about making things right. Because you put us here to make things right. You put us here to think about what we should do. You put us here so that we would do your business, not to get us reelected. That's far from it. It's to get things done, and we're not doing that. So, we put her there. I raised my hand. I put her there. But I just wanted to make sure you, the township, knows why she got there, what was her statement, warehouses. So I guess there's no warehouses in town, because I don't know if she's going to say yes, no to a warehouse that should belong there. She just might say no. She might learn the job. 2 years. Okay, she's on the board. She came through the process. Can't knock her down for that. But the next time we look at things and we don't do them right, Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care. If we don't do things right, what do we look like? A bunch of clowns, all 9 of us, because we all voted for something. So, I think I've taken up enough time. I'll get off my soapbox, and I'll let the meeting proceed. Anne Marie, did I take long? Okay, that's our township clerk. She got a recording of everything. So, thank you.
So we are now on to approval of minutes. Township Council work session, regular meeting, December 13th, 2022, and executive session, December 13th, 2022. Do we have a motion on the minutes?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the minutes? Anyone want to point out an error or change something? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois? Mayor Kramer?
Abstain, I was not at that meeting.
Yes.
Councilman Onijaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Potosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Abstain.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Approval of the warrants. Find it on the script. Madam Clerk, if you read the amounts. If you don't have it in front of you, I'll get to it.
I move the warrants in the amount of $8,200,221.73, December 30th of 2022.
So is that the correct amount? And the date should be today's date.
No, it should be December 3rd.
Why is that?
It's the end of the year. It's the last one stated the last day of the year.
Okay. Interesting. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? I'm sorry, any discussion? Anyone want to pull an item? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
So item number 17, public hearing and adoption of ordinances on second reading. Ordinance number 4388-22, an ordinance amending the Code of the Township of Franklin County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, more particularly Chapter 115, Dogs and Other Animals, Article 2, Dogs and Cats, Section 115-9, late licensing fees is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. This is reducing the late fees for dog licenses from a climbing scale. The later you get, the more you have to pay, to a set late fee of $5. Do we have a motion to open the public meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening to the public for this item only, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are open to the public on this item only.
Mayor, seeing no one coming forward from the public, I'll motion to close the public portion of this hearing on the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. I'm sorry. Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. The public portion is closed. We have a motion on the item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the item? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
A lot of talking to just say yes. Ordinance number 4389-22, an ordinance amending the code of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, more particularly Chapter 222, Trees, Section 5.3, Tree Replacement, Contributions to the Tree Fund, is presented for the public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing is noticed as required. This ordinance is about raising the fee for cutting down trees of over a certain size during development from $30 to $300. The purpose is to be able to replace a similar tree somewhere else in the township. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are open to the public on this item only.
Mayor, seeing no one come forward, I
But there's
motion.
someone come.
I'm seeing someone come
Oh,
forward.
I'm sorry. I looked down. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Jan Brandt, 22 Bryant Court. For this ordinance, and this is great, I go to a lot of the environmental meetings, and I was there when they've been discussing this. Does this go into effect for all the site plans that are in process that haven't been approved yet?
Perhaps the attorney could answer.
It
Good
would,
question. I don't know.
if they're not approved yet, as of the date that this becomes final, then yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Question. Anyone else wishing to speak?
20 days?
So this, I think
It's
it's 20 days.
20 days.
Okay, Debbie Stewart, 2 Farrington Plaza. You said the size of a tree, so I know from the environmental, that was a little bit up for debate.
So this is not changing the size of the tree. It's remaining at 4 inches at, I believe, shoulder height. A lot lower for some people.
Because they were trying to get it to 2.5, I think, but it's at.
Right, that would be a separate thing to perhaps,
Thank you.
may or may not come up in the future, but this is just the fee.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Good questions. Anyone else? Assemblyman Danielson, have you a comment?
I apologize to the person I didn't look up and see coming, but I think now we can motion to close the public, I'll motion to close the public portion of the hearing on this ordinance.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
Aye.
We have a motion on the item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion on the item?
I just want to thank the Shade Tree Commission and the Environmental Commission, who really, and Arnie Schmidt in particular, who really were the catalyst for this. Probably would have got done eventually, but it definitely got done more timely. And we'll look at it, and the other aspects will be considered, but what everybody was in agreement that we needed to make this change. So again, thank you to them. That's all I have to say, Mayor.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk, do your job.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Ordinance 4390-22, an ordinance to amend the code of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, more particularly Chapter 226 Vehicles and Traffic, Section 226-30 on-street handicap parking at 248 Matilda Avenue is presented for the public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. I think the reading speaks for itself. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are open to the public on this item.
Seeing no one come forward, Mayor, I'll motion to close the public portion of the hearing on this ordinance.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. Do we have a motion on the item?
Move the ordinance.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the item? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Ordinance number 4392-22, an ordinance of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, authorizing the acceptance of easement from Franklin Township Board of Education to the Township of Franklin for premises known as Block 37.02, Lot 13, also known as 1 Central Avenue, is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required.
Move we open to public comment.
Moved. Did we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of public comment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are open for public comment. I believe this is basically to allow the water pipe to go in for the septic line to go in for the new library. They discovered a water pipe that was on no map, so in order to go around it, they needed to give this easement on a little piece of property. Anyone wishing to speak?
Seeing no one come forward, Mayor, motion to close the public portion of the hearing on the ordinance.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Public portion is closed. We have a motion on the item.
I move the item.
Second.
Moved in, seconded. Any discussion?
I just want to say one thing, which is, I think this whole arrangement, having next to the Franklin Park School, the satellite office of the library is excellent. And I know when I was on the school board, together with the council in the joint meetings that we were having to look at how we can share efficiencies and provide better services for residents across the town. This is one of the items that came up, and it's nice to see it progressing because currently rent is being paid to a landlord in a strip mall along 27, and this will be ownership by the taxpayers of a building of their own, which will save money in the long run and have a permanent home for books and other experiences that folks have in libraries, which is just critical for our young people and families throughout our community. So it's pleased to see that moving forward, so thank you.
And it also includes a grant from the state of $1.2 million, which I have no doubt Assemblyman Danielson put his thumb on in some way to help us get that.
Group effort.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Next item is the consent agenda. Items A through AB is listed on the consent agenda portion of the meeting are presented to the following, to the Township Council for adoption. Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anyone would like to pull an item?
I just wanted to mention item F, which is the donation of the mayor's 2022 wedding fees going to the Second Chance for Animals Incorporated in the amount of $2,500. And that is very generous of you. That is money you could keep in your own pocket, but you're putting it into making sure animals have the food and the clothing, the bedding. Like they don't, well, some people dress their animals, but it's usually for certain holidays, like I do. But the things that they need, and you can donate supplies. There's a box there, and they're always looking for things. And then I would just ask if the mayor could plug his wedding palooza. Is that what it's officially called? Coming up this Valentine's Day. Because you too can help to contribute to the animals if you choose to have the mayor perform your nuptials at this very exciting event. When is it?
This year I'm calling it the Wedding Fest.
A wedding fest.
And it's on Valentine's Day, yes.
Okay, can I add one more
Thank you.
thing? Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
The mayor has been doing this
Okay.
for a long time, since I've been in this council. He has been doing it. Thank you.
You're all out of order. Thank you very much. Any other comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilmember Petosnik?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
There are is one resolution, no resolutions to be voted on separately, but kind of under old business, you had another nomination you wanted to make?
I found this on the web.
Uh-oh. You never know what it's going to be.
You were out of order.
It was, I think, just omitted for the Advisory Board of Health, a regular member. It should be Christine Baffo, taking over the regular member spot for 3 years. I just wanted that added because it was.
So this is a nomination for another person on Advisory Board of Health?
Yes.
Do we have any other nominations for the same position? So we can do it by acclamation. Yeah, all in favor of, her name again?
Christine Baffo.
Christine Baffo, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. How's the Mahjong game going? Okay. We have no executive session, and we are on to adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are adjourned. Be well, Franklin.